be put right there on the screen. All you need to do, take a selfie video, 30 seconds, send to me, or you do a picture. Stand in front of your TV set. Make sure the picture on the screen is showing to show that you're watching the bumper breakfast, and you send to us, and you get the chance to win something during Christmas on the bumper breakfast. We're still back here and we're talking about how children develop wicked tendencies. Apologies for that abrupt break, but Temitope, you were saying this is why mothers need to pay much more attention to the kids. What about the fathers?
In fact, we have some. Let me just say the truth. I don't want someone to call me after the show and say, Mariam, why is it that you love men so much? My mom, when she was alive, she was so busy, a matron. She was so busy. But thank God for a loving father that we have. He's always taking very, very good care of us, like run stuffs for us before our grandma and every other person assist him. And I have men also that are friends that does the same thing. But you see, someone said something yesterday while I was having a conversation about the sudden turn or change in who works more, who makes money more. Mm-hmm. And because of that, we have women that, shows like a daisical attitude towards raising their own children. You see women go out very early in the morning, 5 a.m., they don't even care about the children. All they want to say is, because I rent you home, because I will have, I want to give money for the upbringing, I have to support my husband, and nobody is there for the child. Then we have cases of children not having people or someone to talk to, not having someone to share their emotions with. As regards that Sylvester story, the father said suddenly the guy became,
a recluse.
Yes, a recluse. He does not talk to anyone. He does not relate with anyone no more. And I'm so sorry, if the mother actually talked to the child, like being inquisitive. No, it may not, but being inquisitive, why are you, keeping to yourself? She would have known the root cause of the child's, being alone and all of those things.
Withdraw. Okay, you're a professional. Do you agree with that?
Yes. I say that mostly parents, we take so much interest in our female children, so much concern, and most times we neglect the male child. We just felt they are okay. They can sort this out. You are a man. You are old enough. You can handle this matter yourself. Imagine that girl, it was a girl that reported the case. The mother would be, is anybody wrong? Then it would so much be concerned. But when it comes to boy child, we just felt it's okay. When he's withdrawn to himself, we just assume it's normal. It's just because he has bottled up enough and he needs someone to share it. And this happened from age 6 to 13. That is when you give the child an avenue to express himself. He has to discover himself. I'm a boy, I'm a girl. And you give them the ground to express themselves, because that time there's tendency for them to be secretive. So you give them a ground where they can express themselves openly to you without being judged. And as a parent, I would say both mother and father, because both now some families is mother that is the working one, and some families is the man that is. So it lies with both parents now to be involved. Like yesterday night, when my son went to Abuja, he was supposed to call. I was calling him throughout the journey. Where are you now? Are you at the place you are supposed to stay? He said yes. So few hours I told his dad, have you called your son? He said yes. They just spoke. Okay. When it came to around 7 p.m., I called. He was not talking to me on phone. I said, why are you not talking? Is there anything wrong? I'm not. This is the first time you are leaving the house all by yourself. You are alone there. What's going on there? Can you not talk to me? He was listening to me on the phone, but was not responding. I was worried. Why are you not talking? What suddenly happened? So I have to tell the father, your son is not talking to me. Call him. He called him. He said, I don't think I can handle this boy. You should be able to handle him yourself. So he said, he's not talking to me. So I now called him. So when he got there, the plan of what he was to do changed. So he was feeling that he can handle the situation by himself. So later, I was still on call with him till around 11 p.m. So what is happening there? What goes wrong? He said, Mommy, don't worry. I said, I'm worried. Let me
Tell
be.
me.
Tell me what is going on. He said, I can sort myself. I said, no. I know you can sort yourself out, but I can advise you in taking the right step. So later, I asked to open up to me what happened, and I was able to give him, though he took the right decision, but at least I'm aware and I'm involved in that decision making process. So, and that's what we have to allow our children to do. They should be open. You understand? They should be open to us, very open. So there's a ground that you can talk without being judged. When they talked to me, I wasn't judging me. I just said you'd have told me what the decision you made was right, but at least I'll be involved about this.
You see, one of the reasons why we're talking about this, Miriam was slamming the women so much, and I'll quickly like to talk about it before I go to, my next question, is the fact that what they said, different strokes for different folks. Yeah. Now, for some people, it's the mother that is the accepting person. For some families, it is the father that is the accepting person. Until we have a situation where one of the parents, at least one, you can't get both, at least one is totally, extremely dedicated to making sure the children are all right, you will not have a well-rounded child. Now, it doesn't have to be the man, it doesn't have to be the woman, but one of you. Now, the reason why I said one is this. You're the one married to that woman. You're the one married to the man. You're the one that knows the tendency of the man. You know your husband is very, maybe brutal in dealing with the kids. So there's a possibility that your kids are going to be brutal in dealing with their mates and their siblings as well. You have to now take it upon yourself as the woman of the house to give them enough love to cover for the brutality.
So you can express with the father mindset.
You have to be the one to now provide succor, provide the love, provide the attention. You are now doing the job of two people. Now, you live, it's not as if you won't discipline them, but you will make sure your discipline is with love, because you know the other person's discipline is with cane. It's not just with cane, it's with boxing. So you have to be on the opposite side. But then you find some homes where the mother is caning, the father is slapping.
And then some even use insultive, abusive.
So when the parents want to abuse, they come together to abuse and rain curses on their child together. They say we're putting up a united front. I call it foolishness, because what you have done is to form a formidable team against your child. So that child looks for comfort outside of the parents, because you just feel that my parents don't love me. The two of them, once they're abusing me now, they're abusing me together. It does happen. And then you find out that as much as you want to put up this togetherness in putting discipline in the house, one person has to be the stakeholder while the other one has to be the person. You cannot be beating together.
Cannot be beaten together.
You are correcting on the same matter. Yes, one is doing the beating, the other is doing the talking. If one is very insultive, let the other one be explanatory. But we all do this. Mommy, and you go to tell your father, and the father boxes you.
You know, especially this is our, I don't want to be kind of,
because I find it really, really, because at the end of the day, you find out that what works for us as children,
it's not working again.
It's not working again. It's just not working again. Whether we like it or not, you agree, right?
It's not working again.
It's not working again. If you do that to your kids, they will be counting down. The day they leave your house, you lose them forever.
That's true.
They will just do, thank God I have escaped that wicked woman. I am going and I am free. Anyway, we're still talking about wicked tendencies. You get to communicate with us. You get to join us on the conversation in the next couple of minutes. But then I want to ask our psychologist this morning the question, if you are violent in the home, does it teach your children to be violent?
You are the role model that your children, the first person the children grow to know is the parents. Whatever you are doing, that's why we say children learn more in action than in words. You might be telling me something and you are doing something else. I will do what you are doing, not what you are asking me to do. That is tendency for children, because they look up to their parents, the way they do. You see your children, the way you dress, just describe they're dressing the same way. The way you talk, they're talking to the same way. Though we can say it's a gene or a trace that comes.
along with the fact that you're their parents.
Their parents. But now, even when you now have deficiency in your traits that you know, because everybody is aware of their
personal
deficiency. So you can try, because you have a child now, begin to work on your deficiency. Because you don't want your child to turn out to be you in that format, in that form. Imagine you are the one that's getting angry and shouting, beating all the time with your neighbors, you're always fighting. Your child will fight again. When you are fighting your neighbor, she will join and say, you two, you are stupid, you are fighting my mommy. She has developed that attitude.
But you know, some parents support their children, insulting the person they are having.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, because they didn't know that they thought the child is defending them, the matter, but they didn't know that child is still coming back to do the same thing she did to that person, back to them.
Back to you.
Then you now say, I'm your mother, you talk to me like that. You trained her to talk to you like that. You trained her to talk to people like that. So definitely she will come back to talk to you that same way. So that's the parents are the role model that their children look up to. That's the basic.
So that is where they get the tendencies from.
It's from home.
If they are not peer pressure, what about peer pressure?
The peer pressure comes in when children are 14, 13, 14 years old. And that's when there's the tendency, because of the hormonal changes in them, to express themselves in anger, in frustration, and so on. But when you have trained that child from 0 to 13 years old, when it comes to 14, even when the peer pressure is coming from outside, you can help that child to channel that pressure into good things. Because there's always going to be pressure. They want to explore. They want to discover new things. So you can help them channel it in good things. I have 6 siblings that are boys. They lived in my house.
Wow.
And I gave birth to 4 boys as well. And adopted 2 boys.
So you have 6 plus 6.
Making 12 boys. So, and I discovered, so I'm so much interested. And growing up, I have boys as my friend, up to now. My husband does know me that this one is it's always in the company of male. I express myself, male folk, I express myself more with them than with the female folks. So I can understand where they are coming from most times. Understand? So my daddy died when I just got married, and these boys have to move in. I just got married, just have one child, and they have to move in with me. So I just have to make myself to be present
in their lives
at all times. I was always there, going through. It's a big work, and thank God for my husband too, because he was very supportive in every move. I have to come to know what's going on. Look, what is going on in different people's life, and you have to be there and present. When somebody is, if you are looking somehow, I will ask you, why are you looking somehow? What's going on? What's happening? So I said that one of my brother, when he was at Unilag, he was at his final year, he was frustrated because he went to write an exam for his girlfriend.
Wow.
At his final year. So immediately he came back home. You know, school system, if it is private school, they would have called you from school that your child is, but they don't give you any information until you discover yourself. And that's why some systems have to be put in